Hi, my name is Saira Zoheri. I am a master's degree student at Grand Canyon University. My presentation for today is storage device presentation for Dr. Kimberly Ford. We're going to go through similarities and differences between operating system, Windows, and Linux. And we're going to describe the similarities and differences between them, and also which one is preferred when it comes to the business perspective and the storage solutions um, comparison at least for two, and then at the end we're gonna from a Christian perspective how ethical can affect the let's say storage solutions. We're gonna start with a file system structure. Comparison between Windows and Linux, both of operating systems used uh, widely nowadays. Both systems play essential roles in the world computing and share several foundation features. Um, so, despite the distinction, Windows and Linux share certain similarities. Both offer a graphical user interface (GUIs) and support command line operation. On Windows, user can utilize the command prompt or PowerShell, while Linux users rely on terminal commands to perform system tasks. In summary, while both operating systems are effective and the choice between Windows and Linux often depends on users' needs and the business needs, technical skills, and preferences regarding openness and customizations. So, in Windows, the operating system files are typically stored in a C drive, um, while acts as the main portion used for boosting additional files. And also, personal and program data can be stored in other partitions like D and E or even F. Windows support wide range of file extensions like documents and then JPG like pictures, photos, and images, and allows users to organize these files as within a folder. And when it comes to the Linux operating system, it's an opposite. It treats everything as a file, including devices, processes, and directories. It organizes these files using a tree structure, starting from single root directory representing by forward slash, the slash sign. And then we have two preferences why we are prefer Linux, let's say, or one over one when it comes to the business perspective. As we mentioned before, one important point to emphasize that Linux is widely used in server environments. Uh, this is largely due to its robust security features, active developer community, and the frequency of updates and patches. As an open source platform, Linux benefits from contributions made by developers around the world. This leads faster identification and resolution of vulnerabilities, often more efficiently than the proprietary systems like Windows, which rely on centralized development team at Microsoft. In summary, both Linux and Windows have their strength, and the best choices depends on the specific context in which the operating system is being used. Linux is an open source operating system, whereas Windows OS is a commercial. So Linux is open source operating system, and Windows is like OS is a commercial. Linux has access to source code and alters the codes as per user needs and business needs. Windows does not have this access to this source code. In Linux, the user has access to the source code of the kernel and alter the code according to his need. Better than the other, or like both Windows and Linux offer distinct advantage and limitations, and most suitable choice largely depends on the user needs and business needs. Linux is a free and known for its strong security, making it especially appealing to technically skilled users. However, it also has a steeper learning curve, which uh, can be a barrier for those without technical background. On the other hand, the Windows is a commercial operating system that requires users to purchase a license in order to use it. The cost of which varies depend on the edition. Despite this, it's often preferred by general users because of its user-friendly interface and broad software compatibility. Ultimately, the decision between Linux and Windows should be guided by the user's goals, business needs, technical expertise, and the environment in which the system will be used. We have a comparison between storages, and I chose two storages, which is the local storage and cloud storage solutions. Over the years, significantly advancements have transformed data storage. Hard drive, we started with the hard drive back in the years with media and controls, and then we moved to SSD. As the volume of data grew exponentially, both individual users and organizations began transitioning to cloud storage. So always we have backup. So always we don't worry about any disaster happen, we lose our backup, or so with the cloud storage, we're not gonna worry about anything. We have a backup in order if anything's happen. This shift was driven by several keys benefits: remote accessibility, enhanced security, and scalability without the need of investing in physical infrastructure like physical storage. Cloud storage also reduces concerns related to power management, hardware maintenance, and facility requirement as user can simply rent the storage capacity they need it. Also, at the same time, there is another benefit for the cloud storage is that you need the user or the organization can scale up, scale down based on their needs, based on their like let's say if they hire more employee, they need more storage. So they can scale up, scale down at any time. So in the next slide, I will provide a brief comparison between local storage and cloud storage, outlining their core and helping determine which may be more suitable for business for specific needs. So the local storage refers to the method of storing data directly on a physical drive within the user's computer. One of the key advantages of this approach, which is the local storage, is that data can be accessed and processed even without the internet because it's physical, which can enhance data privacy and security. This offline capability is particularly valuable in environments where network access is limited and tightly controlled. Um, a major concern with local storage is the risk of data loss, which can occur due to a hardware failure, theft, fire, or accidental deletion, or even like disaster without proper backup. In these cases, we're going to lose our backup and we cannot retain our files. So recovering lost data can be difficult or even impossible. Therefore, while local storage offers certain benefits in terms of control and privacy, it also comes with notable limitation in cost, flexibility, and data protection. Now we move to the second storage, which is the cloud storage. Data is not saved locally on the user's device, but rather on remote servers managed by third-party providers. These servers may be located in different cities or different geographic area or different country. The service provider is responsible for maintaining security, authentication, and accessibility, allowing users to access their data from anywhere with an internet connection. The advantage of the cloud storage is users do not need to purchase physical hardware. Instead, they can simply rent the storage capacity. As I mentioned before, depend on their needs. Um, Upgrading or expanding storage is easy and flexible, while cloud storage is generally secure. Potential risk may arise during the migration, where data loss could occur if not properly managed. Cloud storage um, has nowadays become a prize for very small and large business groups. This business try not to rely on hardware. This is costly and thereby want to switch their data to the best free cloud storage available. But not many businesses are aware of cloud storage and hence rely on traditional storage devices. Um, ethical decisions. Decisions, ethics should be guide our actions at all times, not only in the workplace, but also in our daily decisions. Ethical behavior reflect our personal values and standards, regardless of whether specific policies are in place. Let's say, for example, some vendors may offer gift, bonuses, or even vacations to influence purchasing decisions. These practices are unethical and often illegal, and many organizations prohibit them in their code of conduct. However, even in the absence of formal policies, such actions should be rejected based on moral values and Christian worldview. A responsible purchasing officer should always select vendors based on the best value they provide in alignment with the company's needs, not on personal gains incentives. This is my references, and that's what I have. That's what I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.